Hello, it's my pleasure to be in front of you today and to give talk in this symposium. I just wanted to say thanks a lot for Dr. Sarah Orel for helping me to be part from this symposium and for all the emails and for all the instruction to be able to be part from this symposium virtually. My research is an attempt to better understand the role of hydraulic construction in Tal Tamai, to understand the history of Egypt and the effect of climate change. I did this research with a collaboration with Dr. J. Sylvester, and it was in Tal Tamai. The methodology, this research started by understanding the current situation of the climate in Tal Tamai, in Mansoura, in Delta, and understand the climate change happens these years and before. Then we moving to the role of hydraulic construction. We focus on Tal Tamai hydraulic constructions. We are lucky to discover different kind of hydraulic construction, which I will talk about it in details in this presentation. And then we confirm on the idea that we can extract a lot of information from the hydraulic construction and sedimentology, and this will help us to better understand the history of Egypt. So the current situation and the climate now in Tal Tamai. This is Mendes, which is the ancient site located in the northeastern delta, and this is my big fish. I'm working on it. And we found here in this map that there are a lot of canals, and this is canals, all of them showing that there are a lot of water and enough water for agriculture. So Mendes characterized by a branch of the Nile called, its name is Mendes branch. This is a current photo for the current situation in Tal Tamai, and we found there are a lot of earthen structures. In fact, it's hundreds of earthen structures, and all of them suffering from erosions and another deterioration aspects because of different stressors of climate change. This map showing that Mendes or located in Mansoura with the red circle, and it suffers from many problems because of the climate change and also the geological behavior of the site. This is kind of projection map which showing that here in Delta in Egypt, we suffer from the sea rise. Every year it's increasing the Mediterranean about 1 centimeter to 2 centimeters. And this is affected a lot on the cultural heritage sites and threatened them by submerge or totally destroy. And this is kind of projection map, which showing in the map B that there are many sites after 50 years from now will be destroyed by the effect of the sea rise, Mediterranean sea rise. The geological of the delta and the geology of the delta playing an important role in the which is integrated with climate change to affect on the sustainability of delta, especially in north and eastern of delta. So you will find that here in Midram that we have sand and pebbles, and this is sand also surrounded by marl or clay. So when the RC increase, the salinity is increased and it's interact with the sand. And due to lackage of the water because of irrigation or another thing, any source of moisture, it makes something called hydraulic acid, And there is a phenomena, we called it gas chambers, that's effect on the sustainability of the delta because it's make a land subsidence. Based on some databases, we can know about the climate change and we can study the archive, and we can find here from 1997 until 2023 that there are a lot of fluctuations happens in the temperature and the relative humidity. And this is because of the global warming. And by example, if we focus on the temperature, we will find it in the blue, which means it was cooler from 1980 until 1995. And then the temperature from 1995 until now, every year it's become higher and higher. So this is the effect of global warming. And even in this database, you can go to two special months or detect a month. So here I choose September. This month is September, so I choose September and I comparison between the temperature in 1980 and the 2020. So it's increasing of temperature, which is saying there is really global warming happen. And of course, this is increase the sea rise and increase the salinity and increase the land subsidence happen in the delta. So that's about the current climate, but what about if we want to study the ancient climate? In Timai, we are lucky because there is a lot of discoveries related to hydraulic constructions, and one of them is the nilometer, and in fact, it's very important nilometer because I think it's intact, all of it is intact, and also because the engineering of it showing that in this time of Roman period, they are very, very advanced in hydraulic construction. And also it confirms that there are plenty of water for that depending on this nilometer, they can precise the taxes, and also they can have some waters most of the years. So at least there are some waters most of the years. So there are no dryness in this area of construction of this nilometer. Also here we found very important well. This well is, as a style, it's Hellenistic, but as a technology, it's Roman, and which is confirming that it's from red brick, which is characterized element in the Roman period. And in this well also we found about 237 ceramic object, and the majority of object is jars and pests, and all of this confirms the use of this well. Also, there are two aqueducts. One of them is western and the other is eastern, and they are covered it by limestone so to stop evaporation of the water. So also they knowing how to maintain the water. Here, this is an ancient map showing that there are Mendesian church, Mendesian branch, and I say the church because there are important church in the site too. It's an earthen structure. It's one of the fingerprint of the site. But here it's I'm focusing on there are an old and authentic map showing the Mendes branch, and the skull is here. It's for an we find it in house. It dates back to Hellenistic period, and this house is totally destroyed by flash flood and by the Nile flood too. And we found also an ancient harbor in the site, and this is a confirmation that there are sailing from this site, Tal Tamai, and there are harbor on it. By comparison, the stratigraphy in the site with the handbook, we can confirm that there are relation between the sedimentology and the hydraulic constructions, and both of them confirm that in the Hellenistic period and the Roman period, the Nile wasn't all the time static, but it was very dynamic. Some years it became very high floods. And in fact, most of the time in the Roman period and the Hellenistic period before the Roman period, then the Nile flood is very, very aggressive and it's very high. So this is an drawing showing that the Mendes and the Nile flood is fluctuating. There are fluctuation on it. There is fluctuation on it, but most of the time there are a lot of water. So conclusion, the function interpretation of hydraulic construction, it's very important because it's showing how the site is dealing with water, and this water is indication for the climate. And of course, in Timai, we have different kind of hydraulic construction, such as Nilometer, aqueduct, and wells, and all of them saying that there is water in this site. And of course, also there is harbor, which means that the branch of this Nile, most of the year is suitable for sailing, so there is enough water. We can confirm that from the first century to the 5th century, there is enough of water and there is increase in the high flood. Now there is a problem of global warming, and it appears in the sea rise of the Mediterranean and its effect on the delta. So it should be a solution for that, and we should put strategy for the sustainability of this site. We need a different method of analysis from hydraulic constructions and sedimentology to be compared with the documentary history, so we can reach to the Gestalt approach to better understand the history of Egypt and the ancient climate in this civilization. Acknowledgement, I wanted to thank all my colleagues in the American Research Center in Egypt, and especially Dr. Luis Bertini, Dr. Yasmin Shazdi, Dr. Fatma Ismail, Maris Nesma Atallah, and also my colleagues in the ARCE library for providing me with important data for this research. And thank you. And if there is any question, if there is a chance for question, I would be very happy. All your comments, ideas is really very important for me. Thank you very much, and I wish for you very successful symposium. Thank you.